Hi, welcome to Inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room. As we mentioned earlier, we are looking at a potential unplanned spacewalk. So joining me here in the room today is Kenneth Todd, who is the Space Station Operations and Integration Manager. And you just came out of, I understand, the International Space Station mission team meeting. And can you tell me what is the latest that we have?
Sure. At this point, we are in a good situation for 60P undocking, which will occur later tonight, Houston time. We were able to review some loads analysis, allowed us to get comfortable with the perturbations that we'll experience as we maneuver the station tonight, getting ready for that undock. And so that was really good news. That'll allow our Russian colleagues to stay on plan to jettison their 60P progress. From that point on, we're trying to put a plan together that supports their launch and docking of their 62 progress, which is currently planned for Monday, and from a launch perspective, and then a docking on Wednesday. And so we've got some activities in work right now to try to provide us some options to be able to support that docking on Wednesday.
Okay, and so, and of course we want to make sure we can support the undocking and the docking of the two Progress vehicles. Let's go back just a little bit and talk about what transpired. I guess it was on Wednesday the mobile transporter was discovered that it was stuck. Can you tell me what happened, what the events were since then?
Sure. We were doing some payload operations. We were moving the MT to conduct some payload operations, and shortly after we left one of the work sites, we saw that the mobile transporter stopped. So we tried several attempts to try to put it back at the same work site that we just left. We found ourselves about 15 to 20 centimeters short. We tried several times, ultimately got it to about 10 meters, within 10 meters of the work site. Unfortunately, that's not close enough to do the necessary latching that we would need to do to support any dynamic events like maneuvering of the station or docking or undocking of vehicles. And so that's what we've done over the last couple of days, is really put a lot of effort into trying to see if we could get that mobile transporter secured at the work site.
Okay, and I understand the mobile transporter it was what you said, 15. Well, now it's 10 centimeters away
Correct.
from workstation 4. Can you tell me exactly where that is so people can?
Sure. If you look at the truss that has the solar arrays on each end of it, worksite 4 is just almost directly over the U.S. lab. So from a center of gravity standpoint, it's actually in a very good position relative to the loads that it might experience. It might be a little more difficult situation had it been out on one end of the truss or the other. So we kind of got lucky. If we're going to have this kind of problem, we're again right almost in the middle of the truss.
Okay, thanks. And also, so we know it will be Kelly and Copra who be going outside the complex to do this. Can you tell me about how long would this spacewalk be that we think?
Sure. At this point, we're thinking in the order of 3 to 3.5 hours. We think the task itself that we're considering right now, which is basically going out and working in and around the CETA card area, which is attached to the mobile transporter, we think that's the source of the issue. We can get there in relatively short order, do the task, but while we're going out the hatch, we're going to look and see if there's anything in that general area that we can go work on. Just because every time we go out, there is a penalty to pay for preparing to go outside. So when we do go outside, we want to try to do as much as we can. All that said, our primary objective is to go out and get this mobile transporter secured at the site. And if at the end of the day that's all that we get done, and it's even shorter than 3 or 3.5 hours, that's okay.
Okay, that's good, because I was going to ask also if they do go out on this unplanned spacewalk, would there be the possibility of adding any additional tasks while they're out there to take advantage of?
Yeah, the direction we've given the team is to look at those things that are out there in that general area that we might be able to do. But if in the planning part of doing this that takes us beyond our target date, which is either Monday or Tuesday, then we need not to talk about those things. We need the team to really be focused on getting us out the door on Monday or Tuesday to go deal with this mobile transporter problem.
Okay. And what determines whether it's Monday or Tuesday?
I've kind of given that flexibility to the team. What I've asked for is a a plan to try to get us to Monday. And if somewhere in there we're going to lose some significant content, planned content, and by that I mean we're doing space station to do science. If we have some of our long duration subjects up there that we're going to lose out of a study, then at that point then I want to have that discussion. Our Russian colleagues, they're going to launch their 62 progress before we do the EVA, either on Monday or Tuesday. So we don't have a milestone that we're kind of trying to track to there. So I really did kind of give the team some flexibility with an understanding that they ought to shoot for Monday. We'll go to Tuesday if we have to.
Okay, thank you so much. And so I understand also there'll be a mission managers team meeting tomorrow, or no, Sunday, and that's when there'll be a go or no go decision on whether or not we'll be doing this unplanned spacewalk. Correct?
Correct. Yeah. We need to give the team a couple of days here to try to work through the details of it. And so I've put a milestone on the schedule. Say let's talk on Sunday. We'll move it if we need to, if we're still trying to finish up some work and can't get a good picture of what the EVA is going to look like. But I anticipate, based on everything that I know right now, that we can get together and be ready to go get this approved on Sunday morning.
On Sunday morning. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. So, again, Kenny Todd, thank you for coming by and giving us the latest update of potential spacewalk that is right now targeting either Monday or Tuesday. We'll bring you the latest update on all of NASA's social media, as well as on www.nasa.gov/station. Again, that'll be Sunday morning when we'll have that decision for you. www.nasa.gov/station. This is Mission Control Houston.